Hi, this is Kylie, and today we're going to talk about spirit guides. Yeah. I mentioned spirit guides a few weeks ago, and a bunch of people asked, what's that? And how do I sign up? So I thought I would make you a video to tell you all about it in 5 minutes or less. Here we go. So I have 4 spirit guides. I have dragon, unicorn, owl, and lotus. Yep, one of my spirit guides is a flower. She's the quiet one. So how do you get a spirit guide? Well, I have had dragon and unicorn as my spirit guides since I was very, very young. I discovered that by paying a lot of attention. I felt connected to dragons and unicorns as a very, very little girl. I would write stories about them, tell stories about them. I could feel dragon and unicorn present. I had posters of them. I kind of obsessed over them. I had this little tiny notebook that had a picture of a unicorn on it, like you could get in the 80s. And I cut it up and cut the unicorn out and put it in my wallet and told people, like, I took this picture. This is my unicorn. And I called them my pets. You know, I didn't know any better. So, like, for example, when we would go on road trips, when I wasn't picking on my brother, I would see unicorn running alongside of the car, and I could hear dragon wing beats in the air if I was listening. And I grew up surrounded by dragon and unicorn everywhere and feeling really connected to them. And when I meditate, they show up. And when I do ritual, I invite them in. And dragon is a more protective energy, and unicorn is very patient and compassionate. And so that's what they're for. Guides are guides. They are there to guide you. So when I have a sticky issue, or if I need help or guidance, compassion, even if I'm feeling really lonely, I can call on them, and then they are here, and I don't feel lonely. Owl and Lotus came much later, like 3 years ago. I started kind of randomly obsessing about owls and dreaming about owls. That's a big thing. I dream about dragons and unicorns all the time. And now owls. I'm a little bit obsessed with owls. Look. I have this awesome owl stamp. Ooh. So, spirit guides show up when you need them. Sometimes they come into your life and then they go away. Sometimes they are really obnoxious. Not naming any names. And sometimes they are there for the long haul, like dragon and unicorn. Like I said, I was very little when I first connected to them, and they've been around my whole life. Lotus, for me, is a little different. She's basically my spiritual signpost. When I'm on the right path, I see lotus flowers everywhere in really random places, not just like Thai restaurants where, of course, you're going to see lotus flowers, but like in the window of a random store downtown when I'm lost and like, what doesn't have anything to do with lotuses? There's one. A really notable example of this is right after my hysterectomy, there was a painting of a lotus flower right next to my hospital room. I was so pissed because how could I be on the right path after such trauma and devastation in my life? But really I was. And looking back, I can see, oh yeah, that was where I needed to be. So they can be like that. Signposts that are like, hey, here we are, and you're totally going on the right path, even when it sucks. So spirit guides are there, and you have to pay attention and ask to be shown. A lot of times all you have to do is invite them in, and they will start appearing. And they are not bad or malevolent. They are only good. only good, and they bring compassion and love and guidance. That's what they're for. I have had friends with spirit guides like a fish. I had a friend whose spirit guide was fish. And so it doesn't have to be something majestic or epic. They can be really tiny. They can come and go. They can be plants. Sometimes if you go somewhere, if you go to somebody's house and it is surprisingly full of a specific thing, like owls, for example, just to, pull an example, that's their spirit guide. And they may not realize it or call it a spirit guide, but that's why we get obsessed with things, because something on some level is communicating with us, and so we surround ourselves with it. That's a spirit guide. I encourage you to connect with your spirit guides and find out who they are and what messages they have for you. And I would love it if you shared that with me. I look forward to hearing all about it. Mwah! See you next time.